Right, Facebook, you know it, you probably use it, or maybe you're one of those cool people who say they don't. But you still know someone who does. It's the digital equivalent of that massive IKEA store. You go in for one small thing. Hours later, you emerge blinking into the sunlight. You have a meatball craving and a profound sense of existential dread. Facebook started as a way for college kids to poke each other, digitally, of course. Now it's a global behemoth, a titan of tech, a vast, sprawling empire built on likes, shares, and your grandma's holiday photos. It's quite something. Its influence is staggering, truly. Think about it. Billions of users, that's billions with a B. More people use Facebook than live on several continents combined. It connects people across the globe. That's the sales pitch anyway, and sometimes it's true. You find old school friends, you see baby pictures, you join groups for niche hobbies like competitive cheese rolling or, slightly less weird things. But with great power, as someone in a spandex suit once said, comes great responsibility. Or in Facebook's case, great wadges of cash and a whole heap of problems. Facebook isn't just a website anymore. Oh no, it's a news source for many, it's a marketplace, it's a political battleground, it's where your uncle gets his alternative facts. The platform shapes opinions, it influences elections, it can even incite real-world events. That's a lot of power for a company that also brings you endless videos of cats falling off things. Though, to be fair, those cat videos are often the only sane part of the experience. The sheer scale of its operations means its impact, both good and bad, is magnified enormously. So, we're going to talk about Facebook, not just the good bits, like finding out your cousin finally got that promotion. We're going to delve into the murkier waters, the hidden dangers, the bits they don't put in the glossy brochures, because let's be honest, if something is free and this powerful, you are not the customer, you are the product. And that, my friends, is where things start to get a little bit, shall we say, concerning. So buckle up. It's going to be an informative and perhaps slightly alarming ride. Let's talk about data, your data. Facebook loves your data. It absolutely adores it. It collects it like a very enthusiastic, slightly unsettling squirrel hoarding nuts for an eternal winter. Every like, every click, every photo you tag, every message you send, every group you join, every ad you glance at for slightly too long. It's all logged, stored, analyzed. They know what you buy. They know where you go if you let them. They probably know you're reading this right now. Hi, Facebook. Hope the servers are comfy. This isn't just about showing you ads for that one pair of shoes you looked at 3 weeks ago, though yes, it's definitely about that too. It's about building a profile, a deeply detailed, scarily accurate digital version of you, your habits, your preferences, your political leanings, your relationship status, even your emotional state. They gather this not just from what you do on Facebook itself. Oh no, they have trackers all over the internet, on other websites, in other apps. It's like having a tiny digital private investigator following you around, constantly taking notes for profit. And what do they do with this mountain of personal information? Well, they sell access to it. Not your name and address directly, usually. They're not quite that brazen, most of the time. Instead, they sell the ability for advertisers to target you with laser precision. Want to sell artisanal dog biscuits to left-handed poodle owners in Idaho who are also fans of 1970s prog rock? Facebook can probably find them for you. This is their business model. It's incredibly lucrative. Your life neatly packaged and sold to the highest bidder. Doesn't that just warm your heart? The problem is this data can be misused. Shocking, I know. Remember Cambridge Analytica? That was a fun time. Personal data from millions of Facebook users was harvested. It was then used for political targeting without their consent. That's a rather large oopsie. And while Facebook promised to do better, and they did tighten some things, the fundamental model remains. Data is currency, and when data is currency, privacy becomes a bit of an inconvenience, a pesky hurdle to be navigated rather than a fundamental right to be protected. Think about that next time you click agree without reading. Now let's move on to something a bit more personal, your brain, specifically your brain on Facebook. Does endlessly scrolling through other people's highlight reels make you feel fantastic? For many, the answer is a resounding not really. Studies, proper scientific ones, have linked heavy social media use to some rather unpleasant things like increased anxiety, higher levels of depression, feelings of loneliness. Which is ironic, isn't it? A platform designed to connect us can often leave us feeling more isolated than ever before. Oh, the digital age. Think about what you see on Facebook. It's rarely the messy reality of everyday life. It's curated, filtered, polished. Everyone's on a fantastic holiday, everyone's relationship is perfect, everyone's avocado toast looks like a work of art. It's a constant barrage of unrealistic comparisons. Your own life can start to feel a bit dull in comparison, a bit lacking. This compare and despair cycle is a well-documented phenomenon. It's like constantly looking at a glossy magazine, except the models are your friends and acquaintances, and the magazine follows you everywhere. Then there's the fear of missing out, FOMO. As the kids say, Facebook is designed to be addictive. The notifications, the little red dots, the endless scroll, it's all engineered to keep you coming back for more, to keep you checking, just in case you miss something vital, like your cousin's cat's birthday party. This constant need to stay connected can lead to stress. It can disrupt sleep. It can make it harder to focus on the real world, right in front of you, the world that doesn't require a filter to look good. And it's not just about what you see, it's about what you don't see. Genuine human connection often takes a backseat. We substitute likes for actual affection. We trade meaningful conversations for quick comments. The quality of our social interactions can suffer. So while Facebook might offer a sense of community, it can sometimes be a shallow one, a digital echo chamber where validation comes in the form of blue thumbs. It's worth asking, is this making me genuinely happy or just momentarily less bored? The answer might surprise you or depress you, possibly both. All right, let's talk about truth, or more accurately, the frequent absence of it on Facebook. The platform has become a superhighway for misinformation. Fake news, as it's unlovingly called, stuff that's just plain wrong, deliberately misleading, or sometimes just utterly bonkers. And it spreads like wildfire, faster than you can say, actually, that story about a celebrity endorsing a miracle cure is completely fabricated. People share it, they believe it, and suddenly, a lie is halfway around the world before the truth has even found its pants. Why does this happen? Well, sensational stuff gets clicks, outrageous headlines get shares, shocking claims get reactions, and Facebook's algorithms, which we'll get to, often prioritize engagement above all else. That means a piece of well-researched, nuanced journalism might get buried, while a completely bogus story with a clickbaity title goes viral, because it provokes a strong emotional response, anger, fear, surprise. It's a system that can inadvertently reward the loudest, most misleading voices in the room. Not exactly ideal for an informed citizen, really, is it? The consequences of this are serious, really serious. Misinformation can sway elections, it can undermine public health initiatives. Remember all those cures for COVID-19 that involved bleach or horse dewormer? Many of those gained traction on platforms like Facebook. It can incite violence, it can deepen social divisions. When people can't agree on basic facts because they're living in entirely different information bubbles, that's a problem. A massive society destabilizing problem. And Facebook is right there in the middle of it, often looking a bit overwhelmed, or some might say a bit too slow to act. Facebook says it's trying, they have fact checkers, they take down some content, they label other things. But the sheer volume is overwhelming, and their efforts are often criticized as being too little, too late, or inconsistent. It's like trying to empty the ocean with a teaspoon, a very small, slightly leaky teaspoon. The fundamental issue is that misinformation can be profitable. It drives engagement, and engagement drives ad revenue. So there's a built-in tension between cleaning up the platform and, well, making enormous piles of money. Which one do you think usually wins? Section 5, the algorithm god. What Facebook wants you to see. So you open Facebook. What pops up in your feed? Is it a chronological list of everything your friends posted? Oh, you sweet summer child. No, it's a carefully curated selection, presented to you by the all-powerful Facebook algorithm, or rather algorithms, plural. These are complex computer programs. They decide what you see and what you don't see. They are the invisible puppet masters of your newsfeed, pulling the strings, shaping your online world. And they have one primary goal: to keep you on Facebook for as long as humanly possible. How do they do it? Magic, sort of. Digital magic. They track everything you do. Remember our chat about data collection? This is where it comes into play. Every like, share, comment, click, hover, and even how long you look at a post. All this data feeds the algorithm. It learns what you engage with, what makes you react. If you love cat videos, you'll see more cat videos. If you engage with angry political rants, guess what? More angry political rants for you. It's a feedback loop designed to maximize your time on site. This might sound harmless enough. More cat videos, great, but it has some significant downsides. It can create filter bubbles or echo chambers. You start seeing only content that confirms your existing beliefs, different viewpoints, alternative perspectives. They might get filtered out because the algorithm knows you're less likely to engage with things that challenge you. So your worldview can become narrower, more polarized. You might end up thinking everyone agrees with you, or that the other side is completely insane, because that's mostly what you're shown, and the algorithm doesn't just care about what you like, it cares about what keeps you scrolling. Sometimes that means prioritizing sensational, emotional, or even negative content, because that stuff often gets a strong reaction. It's why outrage can spread so quickly. The algorithm isn't inherently evil, it's just code. But it's code designed to optimize for engagement, and that can have unintended and often problematic social consequences. Understanding this is key. You're not just passively consuming content, you're being actively guided, often towards what keeps Facebook, not necessarily you, happy. Section 6. Oops, my life is ruined, real Facebook nightmares. It's not all just abstract dangers and algorithmic trickery. Facebook can have very real, very negative consequences for individuals. Think about it. Oversharing is a common pitfall. That drunken party photo from 10 years ago, it could cost you a job. That angry rant about your boss, they might see it, even if you think your privacy settings are locked down tighter than Fort Knox. Information has a funny way of leaking out. And once it's on the internet, it's often there forever, a permanent record of your less than stellar moments. Identity theft is another delightful possibility. Scammers and hackers love Facebook. It's a treasure trove of personal information. Your birthday, your mother's maiden name, your pet's name. People often share these snippets, thinking nothing of it. But they can be clues for fraudsters or answers to security questions, clicking on dodgy links, falling for phishing scams. These are all risks, and the consequences can be devastating. Empty bank accounts, ruined credit scores, a whole world of bureaucratic pain. All because of a moment of carelessness on social media. Then there's the darker side of human interaction. Cyberbullying is rampant. People can be incredibly cruel behind the anonymity of a screen, or even with their real names. Harassment, stalking, the spread of malicious rumors. These aren't just online dramas, they have severe real-world impacts on people's mental health, their safety, their reputations. For vulnerable individuals, especially young people, Facebook can become a source of immense distress, a place of fear rather than connection, and the platform often struggles to effectively police this kind of behavior. Consider also the impact on relationships. Misunderstandings can escalate quickly online. Jealousy can be fueled by what people see or think they see on their partner's profile. The pressure to maintain a perfect online persona can strain real-life connections. We've all heard stories of friendships ending or families feuding, all because of something posted or misinterpreted on Facebook. It's a powerful tool for communication, but it can also be a powerful tool for miscommunication and for causing genuine, lasting hurt. These aren't just hypotheticals, they are lived realities for many. Section 7. Dodging the digital doom-safer Facebooking for sane people. So it all sounds a bit grim, doesn't it? Is the only answer to delete Facebook and go live in a cabin in the woods? Maybe, for some. But for most of us, that's not realistic, or even desirable. Facebook, for all its faults, does offer some benefits. So how can you use it more safely, more mindfully? Well, first things first, your privacy settings. Yes, those complicated, ever-changing menus. Take some time, go through them, understand who can see your posts, who can find you. Limit data sharing where possible. It's not a perfect shield, but it's a start. Be incredibly skeptical of everything. That amazing news story, that shocking video, that friend request from someone you vaguely know who has no mutual friends. Pause. Think. Does it seem too good to be true or too outrageous? It probably is. Don't click on suspicious links. Don't download strange attachments. Don't give away personal information to anyone you don't explicitly trust. A little bit of healthy paranoia can go a long way online. Treat your Facebook account like you treat your wallet. Don't just leave it lying around open for anyone to rifle through. Curate your feed actively. You don't have to be a passive recipient of whatever the algorithm throws at you. Unfollow people or pages that consistently post annoying, upsetting, or misleading content. You can do this without unfriending them if you want to avoid awkward Thanksgiving dinners. Seek out diverse sources of information. Actively look for viewpoints that challenge your own. Make an effort to break out of that filter bubble. Your brain will thank you for it, and you might just learn something new, or at least something different. Finally, and this is a big one, manage your time. Don't let Facebook consume your life. Set limits, turn off notifications, or at least some of them. The world will not end if you don't immediately see that someone liked your photo. Take regular breaks, put the phone down. Engage with the real three-dimensional world around you. Connect with people face to face. Remember, Facebook is a tool. It should serve you, not the other way around. If it's making you anxious or sad or angry, it's okay to step away. Really, it is. Section 8, more than just memes, Facebook's political power play. We've touched on it, but let's be clear. Facebook isn't just a social network, it's a political force, a massive one. Its ability to shape public discourse is unparalleled. Political campaigns spend fortunes on Facebook ads. They use its sophisticated targeting tools to reach specific demographics with specific messages. This can be incredibly effective. It can mobilize voters. It can raise awareness for causes. But it can also be used to spread propaganda, to manipulate public opinion, to sow division. The line is often very, very blurry. Think about elections, not just in the US, but globally. Facebook has been implicated in influencing outcomes in numerous countries, sometimes through legitimate advertising, sometimes through the spread of disinformation by shadowy actors, sometimes through foreign interference. The platform has become a battleground for competing narratives, and it's often difficult for users to distinguish between credible information and carefully crafted manipulation. When your newsfeed is a mix of baby photos, political ads, and outright lies, how do you make informed decisions? It's a genuine challenge. The company itself wields enormous lobbying power, like huge. They spend millions trying to influence policymakers, to shape regulations in their favor, or more often, to avoid regulations altogether. This isn't unique to Facebook, of course. Many big corporations do it. But given Facebook's reach and the societal impact of its platform, its political influence is particularly noteworthy, and some would argue, particularly concerning. When a single company has this much sway over both public opinion and the laws that govern it, that's a concentration of power worth scrutinizing closely. Moreover, Facebook makes decisions about content moderation that have profound political implications. What speech is allowed? What is banned? Who decides? These are not easy questions. And Facebook's answers often draw criticism from all sides. Some say they censor too much, others say they don't censor enough, especially when it comes to hate speech or incitement to violence. The reality is they are making editorial judgments on a global scale. Judgments that can affect political movements, social justice campaigns, and even international relations. That's a heck of a lot of responsibility for a company that started in a dorm room. Section 9. So, what now? A not-so-fond farewell to ignorance. So, there you have it, a whirlwind tour of the less-than-sunny side of Facebook. We've talked data, we've talked mental health, we've talked misinformation and algorithms. We've even dipped our toes into the murky waters of political influence. It's a lot to take in, and it can feel a bit overwhelming, perhaps even a bit depressing. Like watching a documentary about how sausages are made, but for your digital life. You might not like what you see, but it's important to know. The point of all this isn't to say Facebook is pure evil, or that you should immediately delete your account and throw your phone into the sea. Though again, the C option is always there. It's about awareness. It's about understanding the trade-offs. Facebook offers connection. It offers entertainment. It offers a platform for communication. These things can be valuable, but they come at a price often paid in your data, your attention, and sometimes your peace of mind. Knowing this allows you to make more informed choices. We need to be more critical consumers of social media, not just Facebook, but all platforms. Question what you see. Understand how it's being presented to you and why. Take control of your data and your digital footprint as much as possible. Advocate for better practices, for more transparency from these tech giants, for stronger regulations that protect users. This isn't just about individual responsibility, it's also about systemic change. These companies have an enormous impact on our society. They need to be held accountable for that impact. Ultimately, the goal is to navigate this digital world with your eyes open. Not with fear, but with knowledge. Use these tools in a way that benefits you rather than letting them use you. Be mindful, be skeptical, be intentional. The hidden dangers of Facebook are, well, less hidden if you know where to look. And now, hopefully, you do. So, go forth. Scroll wisely. And maybe, just maybe, spend a little less time looking at your screen and a little more time looking at the actual world. It's usually got better graphics anyway. And fewer arguments about pineapple on pizza, usually.